Alright guys, what's up? This is going to be part 3 on the build. So I kind of went over the last part kind of quick. I'm going to make this a little shorter. But there is the VMS cam seal, sorry. And it has 2 O-rings versus the Skunk 2, which has 3. I said I kind of prefer the Skunk 2 one, but I just happen to have this one, so I'm going to use it. Hopefully it performs just as well as my Skunk 2 did, which is on this motor that I recently took out of my car. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on Hercules today, getting the interior prepped, getting the engine bay prepped, ready for that motor. I still got to go pick up the oil pan from Ruben, and there's a few things, little minor things that need to be done before it goes in. But as you can see, I have an absolute fucking mess. Waiting on some retrofits to dry. Got that motor. I got this one over here. I mean, I got a block over there. I got too much shit, guys. So yeah, I don't know really how I ended up with all this stuff. I don't know. I forget I have things, and I buy more things, and then I guess once you've been doing this for 6 or 7 years, like I have, you just somehow collect all these freaking parts. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get started in there. I'll probably be putting in well, I'm gonna wait because I got my boost gauge coming and whatnot. Also ordered the intercooler and the intercooler piping. Well, didn't order it. I traded these Type S cams and a few other things for intercooler and piping off my buddy Sergio's car. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But I'll be putting on this, which Justin made me, and we'll see how it goes. 3 gauges. I got 3 gauges in my car, and we'll see how it looks. Alright, back inside Hercules. Yeah, as you can see, there's a pretty big mess in here. It's pretty dirty, so I'm gonna have to clean all this crap out. Still got some stuff to do. There's my old gauge pod that I made by myself out of a stainless steel sheet. Obviously didn't come out that clean because there's scratches right under that gauge, but it's good enough for me. But I'll be replacing it with this one. I'm only using this one because it's already ready to go, but I'm not even going to be replacing that today. I'm just going to be taking off this old one to get it out of the way. As you can see, this is actually like a gloss black. So actually this is what I bought this from Zach, and I want to say Zach Rover or whatever. Yeah, I bought it off him. Not the gauge plate, but this. And it's supposed to be painted like a Nighthawk black to kind of match the black Preludes, but whatever. This one's flat, stock. It'll bother me. But yeah, it should already be honestly kind of off. I'm afraid to pull on it too hard or else I'll break it. There it goes. Pops right out. I got to get all that stuff off of it. And then, yeah, I got to get in here. I'm going to get my blower motor. Everything loses a little bit of weight behind the dash because I already took out my heat. My AC's been long gone, so really no need for me to keep it. No need for me to keep this. I'll be getting rid of this, and then I'll be making some kind of plate to go on top of that one, where I can run more gauges at one point, or maybe like little switches or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. But yeah, I'm gonna start taking apart things from the inside of here. I'm waiting on some glue to dry, waiting on parts for the motor. So this is where I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna get around to taking out the back speakers over there because obviously I don't have a radio and haven't had one for a while. The door speakers I actually took out and put in the red one before I sold it because the red door speakers were blown and these had aftermarket ones. I don't think I ever posted that up, so currently there is no speakers in here, as you can see. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on all the fun stuff I got to do today. And I'll be under this dash for a while, and I'm sure I'll find all sorts of spiders and whatnot, but cleaning it up in here and gutting it out from the inside. There's obviously some things I'm still keeping. Like I'll probably keep the side paneling and stuff for now and whatnot. Haven't really decided too much on that. Obviously I don't have a rear seat or that, or trunk liner. I don't know if I want to go like full gutted, or I just might get it up. Yeah, I'll probably take out all the side paneling back here and whatnot and just leave the front part in it so it looks halfway decent. Actually, there's a spider right down there. It's little. You see it? Just floating there. So yeah, spider web here. I haven't found any too big of spiders around here, but before I keep blabbering on making this another 30-minute YouTube video, I'm gonna get started. I don't really think I need to show a how-to video or anything, because I'm not really doing anything special, just taking out stuff that you don't need in a race car. And if you can see back here, actually, when the ECU is all said and done, it sits right in here. I cut out back of the glove box there so it can run the wires up through, so it keeps the ECU off the ground. But I'll probably make up a custom plate or something to put it down there where the factory location is, kind of like the kick plate. I sold mine like an idiot a while ago, so when I sold my automatic transmission, instead of finding a way to custom fit that. So yeah, anyway, later guys. Okay, so I'm about to take off my glove box, which are just those 2 screws. Went ahead and took out all of that. In order to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to unplug the green one and that brown one. The green one obviously goes into the green, and the brown one goes into right here. And you'll pull out, and you should be able to flip over, and then you'll see this thing right here, and that cable goes into that. So you're going to undo this screw right here, which is a Phillips screw, in that one. That's going to release the cable, and this is going to release this arm, so you can pry this arm up slightly and push the cable down to get the cable off. Obviously, this is what adjusts the heat or the coolant that goes into here to control the heat and the cool. And that cable pulls on a little flapper valve that goes into the hood that controls the heat that comes into, or like I said, the coolant that comes through here. So obviously I'm going to get rid of that completely. So I'm going to end up taking out my whole dash here to get behind there, remove everything I don't need. But this is just part of it. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to take out my cluster, take out these side vents here and that one over there, glove box, and then you should be able to see the 10mm screws that hold in the dash, and you should be able to slide your whole dash out. I don't think I'll have to remove my steering wheel. I don't remember the last time that we took out the dash from the parts car. I've only taken out a dash of a Prelude one time. But yeah, and then you're also going to remove these caps. I want to say there's little bolts behind here that hold it on too, but we'll find out. I'll update you as I go. Okay, just a little update. I got the glove box off, airbag out, that vent, middle, all this out, my cluster out. There's going to be 2 10mm bolts on each side over here and here. And then there's a series of 10mm bolts that are all up in there on the back side there. As you see, I got this side pretty loose where I can do this. You also have here and here. Still think I'm missing some that might be up back in there, but I'll look here. I'm gonna have these 2 right behind the steering column. I might just get my 10mm wrench, that way I don't have to take off this cover. But if you do, it's just a couple of Phillips screws on the bottom side, and then you should be able to get these 2 off. And then from there, I'm not really sure if there's any more from what I remember. But like I said, I'll find out and I'll update y'all. But it's pretty close to coming out. I'm going to go ahead and undo that bottom cover down there, so I should be able to get this off without having to take off the steering wheel. But yeah, once I get back there, I can remove all this white stuff, all the black tubing. I should have a lot more room back there. Coolant lines I can get rid of. Just a bunch of stuff I can finally get rid of back there and make a lot more room behind the dash. Clean up some of the wiring and whatnot in here because I don't have carpet, and make it look better. Okay, so after I got those 2 out, as you see, the whole thing slides forward, so I should be able to get this out somehow. It'll be a little tricky having the steering wheel in here, but I'll get it out of here. That, and there's going to be a bunch of wires that are clipped to it. I'll probably have to cut, not the wires, but like the little clips, or undo them. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try and take this out, and once I get it out, I will pick back up on the video. So I did have to take off my steering wheel. I was trying to maneuver it around it, but there was just really no way, not enough room in there. But there's the dash. As you can see, the air conditioning tubing actually kind of sticks with it, so I'll be removing that. I believe there's just little Phillips screws that hold it in place. But other than that, this big old white box right here is getting removed. All this white stuff's getting removed. All that's AC. stuff. So, and there's the blower motor, and what else not. So all that shit's going. Yeah, this might look a little overwhelming to people, but honestly, the Prelude's dash is pretty simple to remove, and I'm gonna like having a lot more room under the dash, especially on the passenger side and whatnot to play around with. So that's gonna be nice. So yeah, let me dig into this a bit more. I've only found a couple of spiders, like 2 or 3, and they were babies, so I just killed them. Obviously, because I don't want them to get bigger. But and here's where I stand. So I'm gonna get the AC vents off the actual dash itself, and probably trim some weight off of it, because there's probably some shit on there that doesn't need to be on it. It's actually kind of hefty for what it is, but we'll see. I like it to be all braced up and make sure it's good, so I might just leave it alone and get the AC vents off of it. But yeah, crazy. Okay, so I got the AC vents off. Obviously they're just plastic, they don't weigh anything, so it's not really a weight reduction on it. It's just giving me more room back there, since I don't have a purpose to have AC vents or any air kind of going in there, because I won't have heat, I won't have cold. So no purpose in me keeping the vents in there, so I just took them out to get some clearance, some room, and it should obviously make putting the dash back on a lot easier. So now we're going to start digging into the rest of the stuff over there and getting all this crap out of here that's just not needed. So yeah. Okay, so my fault, I forgot to kind of update. I don't believe I'll be needing that little wire harness, because that kind of went all to the all of that and that over there. And there's one 10mm screw that kind of holds that to the firewall, and I didn't realize that, so I was pulling on it, and I'm like, I couldn't understand why. And the only way to get to that bolt is on the back side of your motor, so if you're going to do this, it's probably a lot easier that your motor's out. So I went around there and I found it and unscrewed it, and then the whole big white unit slid out. So yeah, as you can see, there's going to be a lot more room for activities. That bar right there is a little rusted, and so is that one. Typical Prelude stuff, typical Honda stuff. So what I might do is take those bars, and I might even take this piece off right here and take it to my powder coater and have him powder coat them. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably do the same with this little piece right here. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. I really did this to get some more room behind the dash and take a little weight out of the car as well. So I got to find plugs for these. Well, some of them. That one, I believe, is you use that hole right there, the oval hole. I think they use for the KS tuned shifter. That's where you run your lines out of, I believe, is where you do that. So, or that's the preferred way to run your lines without cutting a hole for our chassis. So I should have pretty good access to that once I get that. I have the KS tuned plate that Justin made. I just don't have the shifter or the links. That's all coming in the near future once I get that money together, but I'm focusing on getting this other motor in here for right now, and then I'll worry about all that crap later. Yeah, as everyone can see, it cleans up a ton of room. This might look overwhelming for people, but it should go on a hell of a lot easier with not all that shit being back there. And then, like I said, I'm going to take that and probably paint it. I might paint it myself. I might take it to my powder coater, because he's going to have to get all the rust off the top side. Or either that or I will, and I don't feel like doing all that. So I think this is as much as I'm going to fuck with it for today. Just kind of tired. It's pretty exhausting. It's hot out here, so yeah. There it is, guys.